요즘 사람들은 더 이상 편지를 쓰지 않아 왜
So for my tips in the morning was, tip number 1 is having a plan. I felt like, planning it the day before and having ChatGPT plan it was really helpful to get me to do it and to ease me into doing things that are out of my comfort zone and being uncomfy, because I knew what was going to happen, and to break it into like smaller tasks, like the morning, how many tasks did I do that, to go out of my comfort zone. So that really helped, because I wanted to run actually quite a while, and I've been procrastinating on it, and I'm glad I did it. I knew it was hard. I knew it was going to test me physically and mentally, and even though it was just a short run, I'm really happy I did it. And that's my tip number 1, to plan it and to break into smaller tasks to make it more easier to ease into getting out of your comfort zone and being uncomfy. Tip number 2 that I learned from the morning is just to have fun and make it fun. Like, try new things that you always want to try and put a spin to it to make it easier, to make it more enjoyable. And that's what I did with breakfast. I didn't have, different unique ingredients. I didn't want to spend too much time creating a really complicated recipe, but I had fun and it was really cute, and I enjoyed my breakfast, even though it was just toast with peanut butter and banana and some chocolate. And then in the afternoon, ChatGPT wanted me to go to an art museum. No, ChatGPT wanted me to go to an art exhibit or museum. Wow, I can't think this morning. I can't think straight this morning. I am still running on low sleep. And I didn't go because I didn't want to go too far, and my dog was sick. And I realized one thing that really helped me was embracing failure. I used to hate on myself. I would feel so guilty and would be upset with myself and mad at myself if I didn't complete, a certain thing. And I would be like, I'm such a failure. I didn't do this. I didn't accomplish this thing. And now I embrace it because that's part of growth and being uncomfortable with my feelings. And I've been working on this for like years, and this just serves as a reminder that, yeah, step number 3, to embrace failures. It is okay to fail, and I think we learn the most when we fail. And one thing I really like is that instead of putting such a negative connotation on the failing part and feeling bad, I pivoted. So instead of going to a museum or an art exhibit, I went to a local coffee shop and I sat outside with a book, and I also doodled. And one, I never went to a coffee shop all by myself. If I did, it was just to go. But I actually sat there, had my coffee, and it was the best thing that day. I really enjoyed it, and I realized something. Embracing failure doesn't mean that you failed the day. You can always pivot and something great can come out of it. Like, I want to do this more often, going to coffee shops or even just being outside and doodling and reading and having a cup of coffee. It was really nice. So that's what I did, and that's what tip number 3, to embrace failure. After that, I went to a restaurant to eat by myself because I know that makes me uncomfortable, and I didn't really enjoy it that much. I realized I wasn't lonely, but being alone in a restaurant is different. I don't know. It was okay, but I'm glad I did it. At least I tried it. And then afterwards, I came back, walked my dog, and this was not planned for my solo outing, but I was picking up trash and in my community, and one thing ChatGPT wanted me to do was to strike up a conversation with a stranger. So I did that while I was walking my dog, and it was very nice. One thing I did was I saw a dead bird, and if you don't know me, I'm really scared of birds. I don't know what it is, live or dead. I'm just really scared of them. Like, they look scary to me, and they fly. I feel like they just attack me, like, I don't know. There is some irrational fear, and maybe I should work on this. But there was a dead bird. It was rotting, and I managed to pick it up, and there were like trash, not on my bare hands. I had like a garbage picker, and that comes along with tip number 4, to surround yourself with people who support you in going through this growth journey, to get out of your comfort zone and to be uncomfy. My partner is my biggest cheerleader, hype man, and he's there to support me emotionally and physically, and that really, really helped. If he wasn't there to encourage me and motivate me and emotionally support me, I probably wouldn't do it. And yeah, I'm glad I did it. It definitely increased my adrenaline, and I'm really glad he's my cheerleader and my partner. So that's tip number 4. Surround yourself with people who support you and cheer you on. Hi, lovelies. As you know, I let ChatGPT plan my solo day yesterday. I always wanted to get uncomfy, not all the time. I want to be challenging myself to get out of the comfort zone within reason. I want it to be balanced and I don't want to just spend a lot of money. I want to do it in the comfort of me. So I'm not saying that, being comfortable is bad. Comfortable is also great. But I also want to challenge myself to be uncomfy because I know it will help me grow. And yeah, so that's how it all started. I always had that as one of my goals for 2023, and I didn't really know where to start. So I decided, you know what, I'll let someone else plan it for me. And that's why, and here comes ChatGPT. So it was the evening. ChatGPT suggested going out for dinner and having food that I've never had or is from a different culture and asking the waiter or waitress their recommendations. I did not do that again because my dog was still sick. So I got creative and asked, what haven't I done before? So I decided to go on a picnic with my dog and my sister's pup. I've obviously gone to picnics before, but not with two dogs and to a new park. So that was nice, making food and going there. And I realized it was a lot to take two dogs for a picnic with food. They're tangling up, but it was really fun to just end the day. And it was a beautiful day, and I'm glad I did it. And I realized that with yesterday and all this that I've been planning, I realized even if things don't go as planned, I grew a lot in the way that I was not very just like logical and just like I had to do this list. I thought outside of the box and I came up with ways to do things faster than I used to before, and that makes me really happy. And the last thing ChatGPT wanted me to do was to write it down, journal on it, reflect on it. And here I am reflecting it with you guys the next morning. So, yeah, thinking about it, it was a really nice day. And tip number 5 is to journal about it. I always say to write it down, write the good experience, the bad experience, something I've learned from it, something I don't want to do again, something I want to do again, and just being aware of how I felt and reflecting on it was, yeah, I think it really helps me just dig into myself a bit deeper, and I think that's where the growth comes into place. I feel like it reminds me of, oh, this is how it just gives me that, I could have this. I'm losing my train of thought, just 1 second. I think it just helps me put it into a piece of paper and be like, wow, I did this. This is real. And yeah, tip number 5 is the journal. And I really enjoyed yesterday, even though I spent a bit of it by myself and I spent a bit of it with my partner and my fur babies. And it was really fun. I would do certain things again and some maybe not, but I'm just glad I did it. And I had you guys too as support. You guys are my accountability buddies, and I feel like documenting this is also a game changer. And that is it for my getting uncomfy and letting ChatGPT plan my day, my solo-ish day. And I encourage you all to try it out. Do something challenging that if you've always wanted to try but too scared, or if you've been procrastinating on, and see how it is. And if you did, let me know. I'm curious to know too how you felt. And until the next video, peace.